The Prime Minister is on holiday and his cabinet appears to be at war. Amid an energy crisis with soaring bills for individuals and industries, Business Secretary Kwasi Kwarteng attempted to calm the waters yesterday in a round of TV appearances. He said that he was working with the Treasury in order to smooth over the crisis and potentially even find some ways to support businesses. So that's all good then, right? Wrong. Treasury sources were quick to hit back against the Business Secretary, denying there were any talks at all. In one extraordinary briefing, Treasury sources went as far as to tell a journalist that, and I quote, "This is not the first time the Business Secretary has made things up in interviews." Unusually tough talk. Now, it is legitimate to question whether the government should be using taxpayer cash to prop up businesses that failed to plan for a change in energy prices. Indeed, implicitly, that would be a punishment for those prudent businesses that did choose to plan. Yet the idea that this all has to be played out in public is unedifying, to say the least. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister is sunning himself on the Costa del Sol, where there are few fears over the heating bill. We'll be discussing this all with our expert guests in a few moments' time. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the UK is shaping itself up for another EU bust-up. The Northern Irish Protocol isn't always the most straightforward or engaging story to follow, but I promise this week's developments are important, and we'll have a full explainer for you later in the show. And today is the day that Wales introduces COVID passports. But are they necessary? And how did one technological mishap end us up in this situation? We'll dive into all of these details later on with another excellent guest. You're watching The Briefing with me, Tom Harwood.